Hello, everyone. Welcome to Arash's World. Today, we have a very special guest, and I'm very excited to talk to him, Dr. and Master Sha. Welcome to Arash's World.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. So, I always like to ask my guests here to briefly introduce themselves in any way they see fit. And this is a very challenging question. So, the questions are going to get easier afterwards. But how would you briefly describe yourself to our audience here?
Thank you. I'm the doctor of modern medicine from China, and also I'm the doctor of traditional Chinese medicine in China and in Canada. In fact, you are in Vancouver. I was in Vancouver for many years. I was the acupuncturist, doctor of traditional Chinese medicine, and acupuncturist. I have a very successful practice, about 100 patients a day. That's my very, very successful practice. So therefore, and also I was born in China. At age 6, I did the Tai Chi. People know the Tai Chi movement, the slow movement. At age 10, I did the Shaolin Kung Fu. I studied I Ching, Feng Shui, and meditation. Later, I went to the medical college as MD and a traditional Chinese medicine doctor. Then I went to Philippines and from 1983 then until 1990 to Canada, then up to now. That is a short introduction of myself. And also my main service now is I position myself as a servant. I teach people how to do self-healing. Recently, I published a book called Tao Calligraphy series. I can read a beginning short paragraph. And at the forward, I did for this big. This like also introduce myself. What I'm, and this like this. At the beginning, I said the introduction. The purpose of life is to serve. I have committed my life to this purpose. To serve is to make others happier and healthier. To serve is to empower and enlighten others. So very short paragraph at the end for conclusion. I said this basically these two paragraphs already explain the nature of my service. So next one is the conclusion. I have a dream that humanity will pay more and more attention to self-healing. I honor all medical professionals and all alternative and complementary medicines, as well as all ways to improve our health and happiness. The message I always share with humanity is, I have the power to heal myself. You have the power to heal yourself. Together, we have the power to heal the world.
That is very beautiful. Wonderful introduction. I got the book, and I must say that when I opened the book, and it's very strange, but I already felt positive vibes coming towards me, and I'm not taking this lightly. I felt like really like positive vibes enveloping me. So it's written with very good intentions, and obviously, so you're a Tao Grandmaster, a healer, a spiritual teacher, and author of the Tao Calligraphy series. And I was looking at some of the books you have. You're healing depression and anxiety, anger, heart issues, immune system, grief, fear, shoulder and knee pain, and pretty much everything else as well. And I would like to just start off talking about some of the things that fascinate me. Well, first off, you say that we have 4 bodies, and I find that wonderful. Can you please explain that to our audience who think we just have one?
Thank you. So I think many people know this wisdom. So a human being has 4 bodies. Physical body, you see that, our heart, liver system, digestive system, other system. We have systems, organs, cells. We have spaces between the organ cells. This is basically modern medicine. Talk about the systems, organs, different part of the body, shoulder, knees, physical body. So emotional body, we know anger, depression, anxiety, fear, worry. And mental body, mental disorder, confusion, all the issues. And the spiritual body, there's millions of people are on the spiritual journey. Many people believe Buddhist teaching, in ancient China, Tao teaching, India, Gurujis, as Lamas, as Jewish, there's all kind of Kuhona in Hawaii, there's all kind of spiritual realm. So there's a physical body. A human being has 4 bodies.
Yeah, and I was talking to a Western physician, Dr. Patrick Porter, and he surprised me when he says we have 3 brains. So he said we have a brain basically in our gut, one in our heart, and then the actual brain. So I found that very interesting of how we are limiting ourselves with one thing, but there's actually more to it. And one of the things I really like about, as you're saying here as well, is that you're combining the both of the views. It's not one or the other. And many people are thinking the Eastern way is the best way. Others say the Western way. And what you're saying is like Tao itself, the yin and yang, you're combining them. Let's take the best from both of these traditions and practices. Do you agree with that?
No, I agree with you very well. You see, now this is an audio program, but some people see the videos for the visual. I just speak. So therefore, in my teaching now, we use 3 words. First is Shen, S-H-E-N. Shen includes soul, heart, and mind. The second word is Qi. I think many people heard about Qi. I think you heard about also. Qi is vital energy, life force. The third word is Jing. Jing means material, matter. In our body is blood. So therefore, in my book, in the Tao Calligraphy series now, in my teaching, in my modern medicine study, traditional Chinese medicine, plus Tai Chi, I Ching, Qi Gong, Feng Shui, and also China's 3 culture, Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism. So therefore, this is the ancient wisdom we call Shen Qi Jing, universal law. This is not a Canada law, US law, China law. It's a universal law. What does it mean for that? So in quantum physics, many people know quantum physics teach about the information. All they call a message. So therefore, and also in a spirit, many people believe this information. We are in the information stage. In the spiritual realm, many people believe soul. Soul is a spirit. And more people talk about it. We talk about body, mind, the spirit. Soul is a spirit. But the Shen includes soul, heart, mind. Why we do like this? Because there's a relationship. Our soul is the boss. Soul leads the heart. Heart leads the mind. Mind means consciousness. Millions of people are meditating. Meditation is just now you talk about brain, is try to training our consciousness, quiet, connect with the universe, get the blessings. So there are thousands, countless ways to meditate. So mind power mainly on the brain, and every cell has the consciousness. So therefore, this is a consciousness. Heart, in ancient teaching, heart houses the mind and the soul. But the relationship, the soul is the boss, leads the heart, heart leads the mind, mind leads the energy. So therefore, meditation, when you focus your mind on the lower back, on the kidney, as long as you focus there, because mind leads the energy, then the body energy will go to the kidney area for healing. Then energy go there, blood follow, matters blood. So therefore, soul, heart, mind, energy, matter, in my teaching called information system. But this information system has 2 parts. Positive information, love, care, compassion, generosity, kindness. But another one is negative information, and at soul level, angry, something bothers you, then when the message is negative, the heart is the receiver. Okay, heart feel bothered also. Our mind also be affected. Then energy flow up not so smooth. Then blood stagnation. So so therefore, this is negative information cause the sickness, relationship, financial blockages. So therefore, quantum physics, Dr. Rulin and I, we co-create the Tao science. Tao science, Shen Qi Jing universal law, because the information in quantum physics, Tao science, the information is divided into the positive and the negative. Positive information at the soul level, information level, heart is a receiver, mind is a processor, energy is a mover, and the matter is a transformer. So therefore, positive information causes good health, good relationship, and flourished finances. And negative information causes the blockages. Traditional Chinese medicine, just now we talk about, they focus on energy and blood. In traditional Chinese medicine, energy flows, blood follow. Energy is block, blood stagnate. Nobody has a breast cancer. It's a blood energy stagnate, then something grows. So this is a traditional Chinese medicine's energy and matter. Modern medicine focus on matter, but meditation focus on mind. Spiritual healing focus on soul. So therefore, Shen Qi Jing universal law can explain traditional Chinese medicine, Western medicine, spirituality, and heart healing, meditation, everything in one formula.
Yeah. And I love it because for the longest time, I thought mind over matter, but it's really soul over matter because soul is the root source of everything. I just want to make a couple of points here. So the mind, we have mindfulness, and that is something that people are talking about and practicing, but that's limited. That consciousness is limited because you are saying, and rightfully so, there's something beyond that. And the thing with mindfulness, our mind is already full with things. And what we need to is to kind of liberate it, free it from all the information. And the second thing that I was impressed with is this is a very like technological way of seeing it too, like a computer processor. The mind is the processor. And so depending on if it's calibrated correctly, it will process it, the information in a positive way. But if it's negative, and that's mindset, because our minds are sometimes set and we can't move it, we're stuck, then the bad information continues, and then we have all these health issues.
Yes, and I think, thank you so much. I think you already read my book, appreciate your comment. You are right. So exactly is my teaching. Mind over matter is very popular. Millions of people believe mind over matter include, what do you mean? What does it mean, mind over matter? Our mind can make things happen. Okay, positive, negative, meditation, just now you mentioned another very good point. So mind over matter is the consciousness. So there are superficial consciousness, deeper consciousness, subconsciousness, huge consciousness, logical consciousness, imaginal consciousness, and much more. Consciousness is a big issues. So therefore,
and we're focusing only on small parts of it when we talk about consciousness. It's that very limited one, but the subconscious is really so much bigger and is driving it. We're just working with the tip of the iceberg. So if you're trying to fix it with the tip of the iceberg, what about the rest? And so that's why I'm fascinated with psychoanalysis, because it really opened my mind of seeing the mind in a different way. And of course, there's so much more that they're missing out on. I do believe in the spiritual aspect as well, not just here, our mind, the subconscious, but there's so much more collective unconscious. When we talk about Jungian philosophy, Otto Rank talks about the soul, which is really fascinating. Psychoanalysts talking about soul. He didn't believe in it, but he supported it. So I think that is really what's more to it, not just the limited view of seeing things.
Yes, we had a Tapping the Source last year, 2 conference. Deepak Chopra, everybody know, Irvin Laszlo, and other famous speakers. They joined my with so many people. We have 1 or 2 days workshop. So therefore now in a scientific way, everybody know Newton, classical science. So classical science is the classical consciousness. Then we know an Einstein relativities. Just now I said E equals mc squared. So therefore, Shen Qi Jing, Qi's energy, Jing's matter. And Einstein relativities, E equals mc squared. E is energy, M is matter. So therefore, 3 words, ancient 3 words, relativity includes 2, energy and matter. But the relativity have not really focused on the soul. Just now we talk about soul. So therefore, there's a relativity science of consciousness. Now the quantum physics, very popular. That's why the quantum physics, Dr. Rulin and I co-create the Tao science. We have many conference articles. But now Dr. Rulin and I, we create, we shared Tao science. Tao means the source. And I think millions of people or more know Lao Tzu, Tao Te Ching, and the Bible are the 2 most publication book in the world. And the Lao Tzu is honored by all university philosophy department as ancient sage, philosopher, therefore country leader, Nobel Prize recipient, scientist, the businessman. They all study Lao Tzu, Tao Te Ching. I'm honored. I teach Tao Te Ching in Facebook every Monday at 2 to 3. More and more people are joining with me. I share with ancient wisdom because the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu 2,600 years ago, and his wisdom, Tao is the ultimate creator. Lao Tzu gave the concept. We live between heaven and earth. Just now you mentioned the yin yang. Heaven is yang, earth is yin. But we live in this yin yang world. Heaven and earth are the creator. But who created heaven and earth? Tao. This is Lao Tzu teaching. Tao, before heaven and earth was formed, there's a blurred condition in the faces called blurred. Blurred condition is oneness. Within blurred condition, there are 2 kinds of energy. One is a clean energy named the Qing Qi. One is a disturbed energy named the Zhuo Qi. The Qing Qi, Zhuo Qi, clean, disturbed energy mixed for eons, for millions, billions, trillions of years. Then they wait for Qi transformation, which is called Qi Hua, Qi transformation. When the time came, the clean energy rises to form the heaven, the disturbed energy falls down to form the mother earth. This is how heaven and earth are formed. But the modern science, big bang, like everything happened. This is a modern science, but the Lao Tzu has an ancient way to explain how heaven and earth are formed. So therefore, this Tao science is we try to explain the creator. Like I said, quantum physics consciousness, relativity, quantum physics. Now the Tao science teaches Tao consciousness. That the people may not even think about it. Tao science, Tao consciousness means no thinking. Just now, our beloved host said, people meditation. Meditation for what? Meditation is for quiet your heart, quiet your mind. People talk about monkey mind, every day so busy, heart is so busy. Something bothers me. Some people treat me bad, say bad words. Some people, take my advantages. And people, human, we are bothered. We are in 3rd dimension. That's another wisdom. 3rd dimension is so limited. And Buddha saints, they are so uplifted to the 4th dimension. Jesus, Mary, Buddha, Muhammad, we honor everybody. Millions of people follow them, because they are so rich to higher dimension. According to scientific way, 4th dimension, 1/4 dimension can create the infinite 3rd dimension. Mother Earth is one planet. There are countless planets. One day I saw a newspaper. They said, scientists found out planets are very similar like Mother Earth. And I want everybody to know. People say, I do not believe alien. I do not believe space people. But why? I do not say you need to believe, but you think about the Mother Earth is only one planet. We have a human being. Other planet cannot be a human being. Just by logical thinking, much more than what we can think. Therefore, Tao consciousness is to teach everybody. Every day we are too busy. We are in a human realm, third dimension. Every day busy, and then the very bad human life, birth, old, sick, die. That's human's path. 生老病死, birth, old, sick, die. Therefore, meditation, when you are quiet, connect with the fourth dimension. God in the fifth dimension, much higher dimension. Even scientists talk about 11, 12, 27. So therefore, when you interview me, I love to share this kind of something. Maybe people do not talk so often. So there's a higher dimension. I teach 1,000 people. How do we connect with the source? My teaching. Ask source, give energy. Ask source, give light. Ask source, give the success.
Yeah, I mean, science, I love science, and I think we need to follow science, but science has its limits and limitations. And just a question about the Big Bang, and I've been to talk to astronomers, it's like, what was before the Big Bang? And it's like, we don't know. And there's that moment where it's like, we don't know what happened before the Big Bang. But what I love about science is that it's constantly progressing, and it's this line that's progressing. And when we get to quantum mechanics and quantum physics, I had a book that had mystics as well as modern quantum physicians and physicists. And I was reading them, and it's like the same thing. What they said 5,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, is exactly what scientists today in quantum mechanics are saying about the universe, about our conception of it. So it's this full cycle that we're connecting those two parts, and I find that wonderful.
Yes, I know. For example, the scientists talk about we use electron max group. Then very many thousand times more. You observe the space. Suddenly a particle appear. Then you continue to observe, disappear, become a wave. So therefore they call particle and wave. Particle and wave are the same thing.
Yeah,
But in the Buddha teaching 2,500 years ago, India known as Buddha, he said, Se is Kung, Kung is Se. Se, material, Kung, emptiness. So the Se is a particle, the Kung is emptiness. So therefore Buddha 2,500 years ago, there's no modern instrument, no modern science. It's Buddha's third eye awareness to teach something. Now, a scientist, professor, university dean, famous, scientist. Oh, Buddha is not a religion. Buddha could be a higher science. They honor Buddha. Of course, Lao Tzu, Tao Te Ching is all 2,500, 600 years ago. But their wisdom, the story. I think Einstein or some scientists, they said, and scientists, we honor scientists. They just climb the mountain, circle this major enlightenment. Buddha sent sit down above the mountain, and they just smile because many scientists and they believe God already because they cannot explain the phenomenon what happened. And you are correct. I agree with you. Science is great. Science is limited. Science always behind spirituality.
Now it comes from the mind, right? It comes from logic, which is a small part of the mind, and you can't expect to know everything with like these you get these like small lenses. You can't see the stars with it. You need a telescope to see it. And just because their approach is very useful and very good, but it's limited, but because it's limited, they claim to know the truth in many cases and don't give like real healing a chance. We know energy is something that cannot be destroyed. It's always there. And how is that possible? And I want to talk about specifically healing, because that's been one of the things I've been fascinated with for various years now, is how to reach healing without using here pharmaceuticals or Western medicine and so on, but tapping into something that's beyond that. And I think I'd like to talk more about your calligraphy, your Tao calligraphy, and how you use healing and how we can turn negative feelings, emotions, information into positive. And what are some of your approaches there?
Yeah, thank you so much. Because I'm holding the book in audio show, I usually listen. So I call Tao calligraphy to heal and rejuvenate your back. The second book is Tao Calligraphy to Heal and Transform Depression and Anxiety. I just give two stories, too many stories. So Queen Diambi, the queen in Congo, and last year January she got a car accident. Then and she went to her friend's home. I was every Saturday I have Tao quantum healing session. I use a calligraphy. I put a calligraphy wall, like you said, how do we do self-healing? Because the calligraphy is a calligraphy art, but the Tao is a source. But I connect with the source. When I hold the brush to write the calligraphy, I request the source, put the love light, frequency, vibration. 老子道德经 first sentence, 道可道非常道. Tao cannot be explained by words, cannot be comprehended by thought, because ultimately the creator. Like when we talk with the ants on the floor, you talk about the airplane, car, computer, ants has no idea, because ants on the second dimension, we are in the third dimension. But a human being connects with Tao. Lao Tzu talk about Tao until now. Chinese, worldwide people, it's just hard to understand Lao Tzu, because Lao Tzu, we are in third dimension. Lao Tzu talk about the ultimate dimension, wisdom. So therefore, to explain to humanity the Tao is more difficult than human being explain to the ants. That's why Tao is so difficult. But we can connect. We believe there's ultimate source. There are greatest love, frequency, vibration. Therefore, and Queen Diambi has a back pain. The friends told her, Master Sha's book can do healing. Let me read the book. No, do not read it. They put the book on the back, lie down there. I had the music, connect with the calligraphy. Half hour later, we finished the session. And Queen Diambi, after 50 minutes, she suddenly realized, where's my throbbing pain? Disappeared. So and anyway, and you interview me. I have my own, and every Saturday 11:30 to 12 in the Instagram. Queen Diambi hosts the show. We interview. Not a while ago, we interviewed Prince EA. Or we interviewed David Martyr. And many others. So basically, there's another story I want to say is one time interview. A lady said, like you said, okay, I read the Master Sha book. I'm very serious. Thank you so much for the comment. The lady said, go to get a book. You may think I'm crazy. Just first time I met Master Sha tell you to get a book, but I'm not crazy. He said, I had the back pain. When I opened the book, Master Sha said, put the book on the back. I said, I don't know. But I did. Master Sha said, okay, serious, close eyes, 10 minutes, ask the calligraphy. It's an invisible energy and the source energy in the art. And she said, after 10 minutes, wow, she said, I could not believe any healer can put the power on the book. Therefore, I'm passionate to tell people go to get a book. No, there's only two stories.
No, I love it and I agree with it completely. I felt the same way as you're saying, and just opening it. And so I think it's also the limits of language, because we are trying to escape the Tao you cannot express. And when you express it, it's not the Tao. So I love that. Because we're trying to use something, again, just like science, which is also using language and symbols and so on, but it's not enough. And I also like how you're using Chinese symbols, because I think that way of communicating, I'm learning a bit of Chinese thanks to you, which is wonderful, a few words, but it also, I like it how you are representing images, because pictures speak more than words. They speak 1,000 words, as we say. And I think poetry is the only way that really comes close enough to the source and to the spirit, because it is appealing to the heart. Whereas language is just the brain, and it's that, again, very, very limited view of things.
Yeah, great explanation. So therefore, now in the Instagram, I created Monday to Friday. My leading teacher, I do not come on too much, but every day 700 to 800 people live. People are so excited. What do we do? We get a calligraphy, people tracing. A free service. We didn't ask anything. People love it because now, millions of people know yoga. Millions of people know China Kung Fu or Tai Chi. I think Tao Calligraphy, another one is growing. Now already so many people, because why this is like a healing art, transformative art. People can go to drsha.com. We have a transformativeart.com. People can see my art there and explanation. Welcome. Thank you for interview. I'm delighted to be a servant. I appreciate your interview. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure. And just want to remind everyone, you're Dr. and Master Sha. Is that correct? Sha. Tao Grandmaster, healer, spiritual teacher, and author. And you are the author of the Tao Calligraphy series. Thank you so much for sharing your insight and wisdom here. And thank you for all your service that you're doing. It's just wonderful.
Okay, one more thing. I just now we mentioned the science, and the science is searching the result outside the body, try to find something, try to prove the truth. But the meditation closes see inside. So therefore, that's a huge difference. But you know, in the ancient teaching, and the human soul carries everything. Therefore, we have to go deeper, connect with our soul, and because and the universe here, the bigger universe, our body is a small universe. What happened in the bigger universe? What happened inside? Therefore, deep meditation open your wisdom. That's a very unique way to know the ultimate truth.
Wonderful. What a way to finish. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Master Sha. Such a pleasure talking to you. Take care. Thank you so much.
Thank you.